Michael Brown, Ferguson, Missouri, rioting, looting, and of course, y'all need to listen to me because I'm going to be totally unbiased in my opinions here. But I'm going to speak to you from the black perspective because most of you try to act like that there's no such thing as black people, white people, Hispanic, yellow people, red people, or whatever. You know, I don't know what all of a sudden everybody wants to be colorblind when it comes to certain issues and stuff. And if you're any other nationality or any other culture, it's hard for you to be able to understand where my people come from when they're doing things like this. Now, do I agree with all of these people rioting and looting? But no, I don't. I really truly don't. But what more can they do? Every time you turn on the news, some black man is getting shot. Every single time. I mean, when we came out of slavery, we was promised 40 acres and a mule and didn't get a damn thing. We never received reparations for the greatest atrocities and injustices that has ever been done and perpetuated upon the humanity in the history of mankind. We're in a country where we occupy 75% of the prison systems. There are no jobs. The economy is imploding. The purchasing power of the dollar, if there's any, it's just not there. Now, how did all this figure in? Well, you think about this. This is the way that they can fight back. And I'm going to compare this, and I know a lot of you people are going to hate this, but I'm going to compare this to the same thing that is going on over there with the Israelis and the Palestinians. All right, with the Israelis and the Palestinians. It's just a sad situation. That's what we have going on in this country. And I told you, if you go back a couple of years of my videos, I told you what was going to start happening in these cities. And that's one reason why you don't want to be caught in these cities. Because now there are shots fired, gas stations on fire, people are looting the gas stations, and the majority of all of them are black people. I'm sure there's a few white people anyway, but there's more majority of black people because this is their only way that they can actually fight back. I'm going to tell you why. Because black people don't own any of those businesses. And so this is their attack back against the system. And I'm telling you, and I'm saying it again, do I agree with it? No, I don't. But they know that there's not going to be any justice in this land at the shooting and murder of Michael Brown. They just know it. They know it. And this is the only way that they have any recall or recourse. And I tell you, it's a sad situation. And I see it, just like I told you years ago, there are going to be race riots, race wars going on in this country. It's inevitable. And that's why when I tell you to get out of these cities, that's exactly what I mean. But you don't have to listen to me and take my advice for it because this is just a prelude of things that's worse to come. I mean, we're going from bad to worse. That's all there is to it. And so these people, they don't see nothing. I mean, they have no hope. There's literally no hope in this country. And it's a sad situation. So I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. They're going to eventually, the president is going to call this a state of emergency. They're going to bring in a National Guard. They're going to declare martial law. Because there ain't going to be no justice. I promise you this. Because the system protects its own. That's all there's to it. There's just not going to be any justice. And if somebody don't bring any type of order to this right here, it's going to get ugly. Because all it takes is one spark to throw the whole United States of America in a tailspin. All it takes is another black man in that hostile environment up there in Ferguson, Missouri, to get shot by another police officer. You wait till you see what's going to happen next. And I'm just telling you, because there's a lot of suppressed anger, especially here in the South, coming from the black people. And most of you white people would never be able to understand because your ancestors didn't have to go through what we went through in this country. And I'll say it again. Do I think what they're doing is right? No, I don't agree with it one bit at all. And this is one of the reasons why I keep telling you that when there's no rule of law, you don't want to be caught around human beings at all, period. You want to be out with people you can trust, who are educated and have a sound mind, because it's going to get ugly real quick, fast, in a hurry. And when you have a situation like this, the Fed's going to get involved, and it's not going to get any better. You just type in Ferguson, Missouri, and you can see all the things that are going on. Windows being broken, people just snatching up stuff, throwing them in the back of trucks and everything, shootings, and I mean, it's just unbelievable. All over, a white police officer shooting an unarmed black man. And I think that this right here is going to be the sentiment and the attitude going forward. I think that the blacks in this country has had enough. Because we haven't seen this type of retaliation since Watts. And I know most of you don't even... Anyway, I ain't even going to try to bring up history. I ain't going to try. Anyway, because it's a lost cause. It really, truly is. What do you say? What do you say? I'm looking at all of these things. Just unbelievable. And people actually going around holding their hands up while the cops have guns in their hands and stuff, showing that they're unarmed. And of course, they're mocking them. They're mocking them and stuff. And they got one guy on a bicycle riding through a store with a gun in his hand. I don't know if it's a BB gun or whatever, but these people, hey, the police done bought out tear gas at the protesters. I told you it's going to get ugly. It's going to get ugly. I'm going to monitor this. They done turned over police cars. I mean, it's unreal. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try to include a couple of videos right here to save you the actual, what they call surfing on the net right here. But I tell you, it's sad. It's sad because there is no justice in this land. And when they did that Trayvon Martin case, and then you watch the news media spin, and then they see this young black man get killed, another Trayvon Martin, but his name is Michael Ferguson. And now all of a sudden everybody, well, let's wait till the evidence come out. You know, it's amazing. I said it once, I said it 1,000 times. Whenever somebody does an alleged crime, the news media jumps to conclusions, automatically accuses, slants and swings and twists and warps the story in the favor of the law enforcement. And when they tell you flat out what they've done, they don't wait till the evidence to come in before they report. They go ahead and start reporting. But whenever a police officer does something, oh, we all need to exercise restraint. We all need to let the justice system run its course. There ain't no damn justice in this land. The system ain't going to run its course. We already know it's going to be. We need to wait till all evidence come in before we jump to conclusion. Now, why is it that way? Why the double standard? Well, the court of public opinion is extracting revenue from a broke system right now by tearing the hell out of Ferguson, Missouri. And I'm telling you, let more of these killings keep going. Let them keep happening. It's going to get ugly in this country. Real ugly, real fast. Because there's a lot of people like myself that are black that we don't play this race thing. The white people, they don't play race thing. But there's a lot of people that do, because everybody has their own personal opinion. But get ready for the National Guard to come in. Get ready for martial law to be declared. And they got one picture right here. A police car is literally wrecked and turned over and stuff. And these people are just tearing this place up. And I'm telling you, this, go click in Watts riots. And you'll see what I'm talking about for those of you who are totally oblivious to history. I think I've said enough. You need to go ahead and go to this footage, because every time Pastor Dow tries to put up a public opinion or a news, or what news sources is put out, YouTube flags my account for some reason. But everybody, you can look all over YouTube and see everybody else is got stuff all over the place, even having monetized. But it's just how they make it. I tell you what it is. Because I am telling you the truth. That's the only reason why I'm hated. Simply because I tell you the truth. And I'll say it again. When we're in a world without rule of law, ask yourself this question again. Do you really want to be around that environment? You don't know when the next person may turn on your family because there's no rule of law. Do you really want you and your family caught in that situation? For those of you who are Israelites and want to follow the old paths, the scriptures, the way, you should have followed my words and listened to my words a long, long time ago, because I think this is one of the sparks. And unless they do something to get control of this situation, this is one of the shot over the bows right here that's going to start even more so to decline. I mean, it is ugly.